Welcome back. We continue working on our color, and the next part would be cutting your color from the color canvas. You fold your canvas in a way so you can have a true bias, so 2 layers. You place your pattern, pin it, trace it around, and add the seam allowance, which is you will have 2.5. You don't need any seam allowance around the neckline, so you know where the neckline is now. And you need to add 5 centimeters seam allowance around your center back. So remember, it have to be cut and bias, true bias, otherwise it will be difficult for you to apply. So here I prepared earlier for you. So as you see, so we've got 2.5 and 5 centimeters at the center back. And I marked my break line, so it's very important to make sure you've got your break line and it's unbiased. So that's important as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check my pattern, make sure my pattern fits before I do anything else. So for this, you will need your mannequin, or you will need to be on someone to help you with that. So just going to move the camera up so you can see. There we go. And what we're going to do, we'll start, see that? Going to start at the back and marching my center back with the center back. And because there's no seam allowance at the bottom edge of your color, you just need to pin it to the neckline, your color. So the next part would be, see if it matches with my break line. Okay. And the front as well. So everything is matching. Just pin it along, make sure it all goes. So it's important that you are touching to the neckline. So it's not just where it goes, it's need to be, make sure it's to the neckline. Okay, so sometimes color when you apply, that's where you can see if it fits or if it's too big, too small. So so you can, so sometimes it can be too big along that center back, and you can mark your new center back line. If it's too small, again, you've got plenty of your seam allowance to mark your new center back. Okay, so it's very, very important you do that. So I'm going to adjust my one as well. You also can do, so you can add to your, so at the moment mine is matching, but I've got another line, so if it does get too small, so you can do it exactly the same. You can make it smaller. Okay, and you can check that side as well. So the next part would be, so it's quite important, is you fold it on your break line to see if it's really sits properly. And make sure your break line is in line where you're supposed to be. Yeah. And that looks absolutely fine to me. So that's the time where you can, so I've got extra seam allowance here. So that's where it will finish. So I'm gonna fold it to see if it's any need to be changes into the shape. So just going to fold the other way so you can see clear line. So following my my actual color, so if it looks nice. And I think it's, yeah, it's fine. So check my break lines. I'm going to band it like that, see if that's needs any changes, which I will check in a minute. But yeah, it looks absolutely fine. But as I said, it's quite common to have any adjustment at the center back here. So that can be changed. It's quite common to have change that area here. So where your collar is too short or too long, it can be changed. You can also change the shape of the collar at the fitting, but sometimes it's quite common. It's where, which is actually happens here with me now. It's where your break line need to be changed. So you can see, so my break line, so where it's been folded, it goes more to that, and I'm just going to change the break line to more what is a more accurate, and it fits with the jacket itself. So just going to mark that much brighter so you can see that line here. Yeah, so if I just move camera maybe slightly closer as well so you can see. Okay, so that's what I just change. So in according to my shape. Okay, so all fits perfectly. Just put that. Okay, and I'm going to change my break line, which is, yeah, as I said. And sometimes it can be changed, not only shape, it could be too big, it could be too small. You know, if that part is too small, so try to add extra at the center back, or you can extend it slightly here. So again, that's a balance. Great. So now when you've done that, we're going to transfer a new shape into another side of your color canvas, because we've got plenty of the seam allowance, and we're going to transfer that. You also can transfer that shape into, if you make it smaller or bigger, into your master pattern as well. So it's nice to have a master pattern which is have already all different all alterations. Okay. So if I just bring that down so you can see as well. So now I've got my adjustments. So from all of them is this, the adjustment of what I need to do is my break line. Here, if your color is too small, then you need to add by adding the extra on the center back, or if it's too big, again, you can add another line here as well to make it shorter, smaller. So that part became smaller here. Okay, hope that makes sense. If not, please do come back to me and I will explain again. So now all that pattern goes on top of another canvas we already cut. Pin it together, and then you need to transfer that information into another side. And usually, so I'm just going to pin that together here. And usually what I do is marking with my pins. I literally is just pin it on the line where is my center back, for example, and I need to transfer my center back to another side. So I turn it that, and I can see my pins there, so I know that's the line. You can put another pin there. So then I will go for the break line, transfer the break line. And just following the line, the new line I have. Yeah. Like this. So I've pinned it along my new break line. I've got pins on this side. So just going to mark where the pins are to help me to transfer. So then the next part would be is to transfer that point. Yeah. And then I go and pin along my top color as well. Just a couple of pins just to give you those little marks you need to have. So that's there. So now when I've got all those marks, take those pins out. Just keep the canvas together. And then just run the canvas together. Then I get my master pattern, place it to those marks. Again, do alterations on your master pattern first, so it can help you to transfer the exact shape of the collar, and then you trace it properly around. So especially center back, it's quite important. So if you change center back, and then your break line as well. So your break line is slightly different now to, well, mine is different. So I just follow that break line, and I need to adapt my pattern as well to make sure that I've got a new break line. So that's there. So I've got new break line transferred to my pattern. So it's very important to keep that information. Okay, so there we go. So now it's ready to machine, which is I will explain to you how to do it in the next session. See you later. Bye.